I want to celebrate you and let everybody know why you was the way you was. Again, like I said, this is a Mother's Day special, and I'm giving you one of the biggest shout outs. A happy Mother's Day to you, because you went through the world. You're strong. Stronger than anybody I ever saw in my lifetime. I know you done had 3 strokes. Learning how to talk again. Sometimes feeling lonely. Love talking with you. Love spending that time. I love when we got real close, man, and we finally did away with our differences. We talked. You know, even though you never told me you love me, I know you love me. I know you never told me you love me because of the things you went through when you was young. And finding that out, I want to say I'm sorry for not understanding that. Tell y'all a true story about my mama. My mama was an official, off the charts dog. Remember one of my aunties had this discussion with me one time, and she told me, she said, the devil ain't got nothing on your mama. Not in a negative way, but she said, the devil ain't got nothing on your mama. When I was young, man, I didn't understand what that meant. But now I know what that meant. Because you've been through the worst, and you wasn't finna bow down and shout out at nobody or nothing. They only made you that way because of your journey, your life. I want to say, man, I'm so proud of you for you still standing after all that smoke that you've been through. Remember one time, my daddy told you my daddy had one thing about him, man, that I just couldn't get with. From time to time, man, my daddy was a real big dude, extremely physical. But my daddy was he was messed up. Ain't no excuses, man. From the war and things like that. But my daddy, he'd put his hands on anybody. You know what I'm talking about? You could be, 6'5", 300. He'd put it on you. You could be, small like my mama, 5'1", 5 feet, 120. He'd put it on you. It just, the way he was made, man. He just was. That's what he was. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. But that one thing that I didn't appreciate, one thing that I couldn't get with all my life, even as a young man, you see things. I couldn't get with, him putting his hands on my mama. And I remember some of those times. You remember some of those times. But I tell you one little story, man. That's how to make it like more funny than anything. I tell you one time how much a G my mama is. Seen this, man, My daddy used to, put his hands on her from time to time. I remember one time she got fed up with it, right? And my mom always carried that little 22. Man, she pulled that 22 out, man, and popped my pops with it. You know what I'm saying? And he took him to the hospital and told them folks, got hit with a straight bullet. And so that right there showed me the strength that you had, that you was strong because you said no more. And the moral of that story is, I don't think I ever seen my daddy put his hands on you again. That's just one small story, man, that I remember, man, and just strong. So, I mean, my mama was the bomb, man, just stronger than life. Got another story. True story, I got this one from my little sister, Crystal. She seen with her own eyes, and I was so tickled. I had heard a lot about it, but I didn't have facts on it. Until I got these facts, man, I had to kind of stay quiet on it, But I got the facts on it, man. I'm going to tell y'all how G my mama was, man. It's a celebration, man. Happy Mother's Day, my mama. My mama was an absolute monster. In a good way. Not monster bad, but like monster like she ain't taking it. She ain't going at all. Ain't nothing. She ain't going for it. You know what I mean? And like I said, through all these trials and tribulations my mama went through, man, I'm going to keep saying I'm sorry, man, because I didn't know. Like I said, I dug up some stuff and found out some things, man, and man, you're the strongest thing ever happened. And, regardless how people feel about you, we had our differences and things like that. And I was so bullheaded and so stupid at the time, and I wish I'd have did this a long time ago. Tell you a story, man. My mama was a G. So, true story, man. My mama had a lot of best friends, a lot of people she was real close with. But my mama didn't play over her family, and she didn't play over her money. I remember this story, man. Crystal told me about this story, man. I remember hearing about it, kind of seeing it, but not really. But she filled me in, and it made all the sense in the world. And I gotta let y'all know how my mama was, man. Again, it's a celebration. Happy Mother's Day, moms. Crystal told me this, man. Crystal had been about 8 years old, man, and she had a friend, R.I.P., man. Anybody know my mama's best friend? You know, one of my mama's best friends was Marlene, Lorraine, and Lou Baby. And I know one time my mama borrowed her some money, you know what I'm saying? And my mama had, didn't ask her for it back. She was taking too long to pay her back. And my mama had finally hit her up and was like, man, what's up with that little money I let you hold down? I need it. And she gonna pop off to my mom and say, man, I'll give you that money, kind of like that, what's that movie called? What's the movie, when that boy said, I'll pay you back when I feel like it. It was kind of like that. She told my moms, I'll pay you back when I feel like it. And my mom, like I said, she ain't taking it. She ain't taking it from nobody. If she ain't gonna take it from my daddy, who was a straight up G nigga, she ain't taking it from nobody. So, real true story facts. She get Crystal, with just her and Crystal. Crystal about 8 years old. She got a car, but my mama called a cab because she planned on doing something. If you know my mama, you know how she used to dress. My mama had got these mustard boots. And, my mama had polos, so one of her legs was a little bit longer, and I didn't know that. I found all that out, man. Like, my mama went through so much. But she had polos, so she was born with a disability. One of her legs was longer. I thought maybe she had an accident, but one of her legs was longer, so she always had to put, like, a little heel in the bottom of her shoe. But anyways, long story short, man, this lady, best friend of hers, man, she owed her that money. She called her, tried to be cool about it. The lady gonna tell her, I'll pay you when I feel like it, kind of like that movie. I forgot what movie that was, but he said, I'll pay you, old monkey, when I feel like it. She kind of popped off to my mama like that. So my mama called a cab, and it was just her and Crystal. She ain't called no babysitter. She just got Crystal. She put on them mustard shoes on because she planned on going to fight. She put a knife in one boot. True story, man. Knife in one boot, and then she put the little thing like the little maces. She put some like a little filtered up a little like gasoline in it. You know what I'm saying? My mama was she was about it. So she was going over there to do some business. So she put a knife in one boot, the mustard one. She put the little gasoline in one. She called a cab. She get Crystal in the cab. You know what I'm saying? They go over to her crib. Not down the street is a family member. Everybody know who I'm talking about. His name was Tony, half arm, and then they call him Fats. Everybody know who I'm talking about. So she dropped Crystal off with her, and then she went down the street. The lady who she was best of friends with at the time. And she get out there, and my mama put it on her, stabbed in the whole nine. And was gonna burn her up. That's just giving you a little bit of how my mama was, man. That's an absolute fact story. My mama called a cab. She started driving her own car. She called a cab. She put Crystal in the car. Crystal had been about 8 years old. She drove over to that lady house in that cab. Dropped Crystal off down the street to Tony, Fatnum spot. And she went down there and got with that woman. You know what I mean? A friend of hers over some money. So I'm just trying to paint you a little picture, man, how strong my mama was and what she went through, man. She just wasn't going, you know what I mean? So, I was so blessed to have that, but I ain't know it for so long, man. And like I said, I found that out, but that's a true story, man. So the strength of my mom, man, I hope I just painted y'all with a picture of my mama. Again, I want to say it from the bottom of my heart, man. I'm sorry, mama, that I didn't know. And I hope some of y'all watching this, man, get some peace with your folks. Your mom, your dad, your auntie, friend, anybody who you got some drama with. Anybody you got some unleft in your heart, man. Get it out your heart, man. You know what I'm saying? When me and my mama wasn't cool, man, it used to eat me up. But when I forgave my mama, man, my life changed. It felt so good to be cool with. It felt so good to hug her. It felt so good to talk with her. It felt so good. But again, I was so bogus and I was so selfish because I never knew. And it took some special people in my life to get with me, man, and show me facts. Cause you gotta show me facts, man. You gotta show me facts why somebody the way they made. I remember I was talking to my Auntie Dooley too, man, about my mama. And it's real special coming from my Auntie Dooley, man. I told her she meant a lot to me, man. She told me this story, man, and I just remember it. And it's gonna kind of go back a little bit about this little bit of picture I'm trying to paint for y'all, for these women that went through it. I remember Auntie Dooley told me this, man. She said, you know, it was in Chicago. They grew up in Chicago. I remember she told me this, man. She said, and she just told me just enough, because, you know, I wanted to ask, but I'm not real big. If anybody know me, I'm not real big into prying in people's lives. Even if it's my own family, I feel like letting the person tell me what they want to tell me, man. You know what I mean? Because I had a rough life, so I really didn't want nobody prying in mine, because I didn't want them really to know. But my auntie told me this, man, because she always kept a G with me, my Auntie Dooley. I remember when she was talking to me, man, she was so for real, man. Like, I'm talking about the look in her face. She was so for real. She said, when I was about 13, 14, 15 years old, I was walking to school, Garfield Park, Chicago, Illinois, the west side. And she said she was walking. She was by herself. And then she looked up in the sky and just stopped for about 15 minutes. And she said she prayed to God and said, God, will you be my daddy? And when she told me that, I'm like, wasn't understanding what she was meaning. No disrespect to nobody from their early childhood. But what she was saying was, she ain't really had no daddy. My mama, Auntie P.I., Auntie Dooley, and their little brother. The man that was in their life, I don't want to shed no negative on him though, but there was no good memories. So when she told me that, I left it alone. But she said to me that she looked up in the sky and said, God, can you be my daddy? We need it. And so the moral of that story is, that brings me back to my moms. Whatever they've been through, man, words can't explain how sorry I am, man, for not knowing. So with that being said, man, I appreciate, you know, her sharing that with me. It wasn't, you know, nothing bad, but I appreciate her sharing that with me, because it showed me, I could understand why my mama, I thought she didn't love me. But it showed me, you know, why my mama never told me she loved me. And it hurt me for so long. It showed me why, you know, that word's hard. And with that being said, man, I had the most bomb mom in the whole wide world. Took my sister Kim to really make me understand like how you think you probably made her felt. But with that being said, I appreciate Auntie Dooley, man. And with my research and things like that, to shed the light on, you know, how things might have been for them. And I want to say this. Women, all the mothers, all the people that I've touched, all the kids, all the football teams I've coached, all the moms in the world, man. I'm saying this to y'all. I'm saying it to everybody. If you got a man in your life, I don't care how long you've been with him, I don't care what he's done for you. If you got a man in your life and he put his hands on you, get a man the deuces. Get up out of there. I'm tell you what I'm talking about. No man should put his hands on you, women. Any man that put their hands on women, from what I understand and what I know, facts, they cowards, period. My dad, you know, used to put his hands on my mama. And that's the one thing I never respected. And what I couldn't understand is this, man. You know what I'm saying? My dad used to put his hands on my mama, man. Real personal. But he wasn't finna let no other man touch nobody in my family. All my aunties. My daddy done whooped so many of my uncles, man, and whooped them because they put their hands on my aunties. On the street, anybody any dude whooping on a chick or anything, my daddy would break them off. So with that being said, ladies, man, don't let nobody put their hands on you. I don't care if he push you down, if he choke you, he smack you. Get rid of that nigga, man. You know, in our family, you couldn't do that because you'll get killed. My daddy wasn't playing with it. So I'm saying to y'all, man, if any man put their hands on you, and fellas, if you with anybody in my family, don't put your hands on them, man. They women. Women can't defend themselves. You can stop a woman from hitting you in any way, shape, or form. If they say something that you don't like, if they do something you don't like, leave them. Don't put your hands on them. No man should hit a woman. Period. End discussion. There's no reason in the world. You know what I mean? If you got a guy in your life or if guy's doing that, think about if that's your mama. Think about if that's your daughter. Men, real G, real men, don't hit women, dog. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, women in my life, all you beautiful queens, man, if you got somebody that pushed you down, if you got somebody that choked you one time, if you got somebody that did that to you one time is too many. No real man should put their hands on a woman, dog. Period. End of discussion. Ain't no way to cut that, man. Ain't no way. Because most men that hit a woman won't even fight another nigga in a bar. The nigga smack their beer out and bump their beer out of their hand. They'll say, they apologize and buy him a beer. You know what I mean? I'm not making no excuse for my father. My father was just messed up, the war and just everything about him. He was thugging. He didn't care about none of that. That's no excuse for him. And that's the one thing that I never appreciated. One thing that I couldn't get with was my daddy putting hands on women, my mama. With that being said, man, I hope I reached y'all with that. So don't let nobody put their hands on you. Ever. Mama, I'm sorry about the misunderstandings. I'm sorry about the life you had to have lived for you to be so cold-blooded, for you to be so dog, for you to be the way you is. So if anybody that's going through that, man, all my family, cousins, everybody, man, I love y'all, man. This is to all y'all. Happy Mother's Day from all my heart. Now, the last person I want to talk about through all that, man, I went through people, but I want to talk about this woman right here, man. My old lady. I know we got our differences. I got 3 beautiful children. I'm a really hard person to get along with. I know you lived a life. I know you had your struggles. But I wouldn't have never wanted to have the family and the kids that I got with nobody else than you. My old lady, man, she's so strong. Everything that I've been doing, talking about my celebration of my life and my football career and all these different things, it came from her. You've seen a lot. You heard a lot. I'm so closed, and you're making me open up these doors that were closed with padlocks all over them. I'm opening up these doors that I never thought could be opened. With that being said, man, I want to thank you so much for putting up with my bullshit and you being such a strong person. The side of your family, man, they've been nothing but great with me, welcome me in with arms. My kids, blessing, beautiful, look like me. Don't be mad, it is what it is, the truth. But putting up with my bullshit, me being stubborn, me having a messed up, effed up life with women, as far as like not having a mom like that love, not having nobody tell me they love me, not having nobody be there for me. I think I might have kept you closed out because I ain't know no better. Kept you closed out because I didn't know how to care. I didn't know how to love. I didn't know how to embrace that because all my life has just been me. You know, I have my brothers and sisters and my sister Kim and my little sister Kim. I mean, my little sister Crystal. But like, if anybody know me, I was a closed one. So for me to come out and start talking about my life, man, and start celebrating these people that I love, you really stood by me and pushed me to do it. You gave me the ideas. You gave me the strength. Because anybody that knew me that grew up, man, that's just not me. Like, I don't talk about me. No one knows nothing about me, and I like to keep it that way. But like I said, you gave me the idea to celebrate these people, to get some things off my chest that's been with me for so long, 20, 30 years ago. And that is forever appreciated. So I want to get the biggest Mother's Day shout out to Brittany. Been there for me for a long, long time. My kids, gorgeous, beautiful. You super bullheaded just like me. We bump heads so bad sometimes for no reason in the world. But I wouldn't change nothing in the world. You've been the biggest uplift in my later years that I can possibly ask for. You always stuck by me. You always made me see the sides like my big sister Kim did, about my mama, about my sister, about people that I kind of just cut them. You opened them doors for me, made me see things in a whole nother light. So the biggest shout out, the biggest happy Mother's Day in the whole wide world. I'm screaming it to the top of my lungs. Happy Mother's Day, man, to the one that's been that rock for me. My grandmother was there. My sister Kim was there. My auntie Dooley. There was a lot of people that was really there for me. But now that I'm a grown man, I'm older, I got my own family. You took right in place where they left off, and you pushed me to levels that other people couldn't push me. And just being a G, you being a G and being a dog. You know what I mean? When I'm wrong, you wrong with me. But later on, you'll let me know that ain't what we doing. And I appreciate that honesty. I appreciate you being who you is, man. I wanted to send this Mother's Day shout out to you, woman. You made me want to celebrate everybody else. Again, you be the first one that start everything that goes down. So all this celebration, all this Mother's Days and all my documentary / bio that I'm doing, you was a spearhead of it. And I want to thank you so much. With that being said, happy Mother's Day, woman.